There are a lot of talented receivers in this draft. Terrace Marshall of LSU is definitely one who should be selected in the draft's first 2 days, maybe even in the late first round. In his prep days, he was a 5-star prospect at Parkway High School in Louisiana.
I'll bring physicality. You know, I got size, I got speed, I got great hands, I got great IQ for the game. You know, I'm going to bring that heart. I'm going to want to win.
He loves a lot of things about playing wide receiver, but he especially welcomes getting a one-on-one challenge with a corner.
Wide receiver position you're dependent on. I like being, having a chip on my shoulder. I like playing with a chip on my shoulder, and it's very fun, going against DBs and beating them, every play.
With all the great receivers in this draft, don't forget about Oklahoma State's Tylan Wallace. He was a first-team All-American in 2018 and a second-team All-American this past season. A few years ago, we featured him and his twin brother, Terrace. The two were a dynamic combination at South Hills High School in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah, ever since middle school, the coaches have been coming up there and they've been wanting us to get up. They're trying to get us up here, and they just thought we could do something special here. And yeah, me and my brother, we thought we could just come up here and try to make something out of it. And we just had fun doing it.
When we saw them in middle school PE class and they were in our attendance zone, you could tell early on that they're very special athletes. But not only are they very special athletes, but they have the work ethic to go with it. They work harder than a lot of kids I've been around over 20 years of coaching.
Sometimes we kind of had connections, so on the routes and stuff, he'd know exactly where to put the ball and stuff like that. And not anything against the backup quarterback, but it's not the same connection. So.
A series of knee injuries ended Trayson's playing days, but he recently joined Oklahoma State's coaching staff as a student assistant. Tylan, though, showed plenty of big play ability during his days with the Cowboys, and he should be a consideration for teams on the second day of the draft. One more wide receiver to watch for, USC star Amon-Ra St. Brown. He was a 5-star prospect when he played at Southern California Power Modern Day High School, and he was consistently praised for his athleticism and strength.
I've watched Amon-Ra go into the weight room and pop 335 on the bench 5 times, And our linemen are over at 350, and they're kind of looking going, something's wrong with this picture.
And I literally ask every college coach this: have you seen a receiver like Amman in the last 20 years? I haven't seen anyone say they've seen one better than Amman. And Amman is the strongest, probably the smartest, one of the fastest, one of the quickest, probably the best route runner.
He learned a lot about fitness from his father, John, who was a bodybuilder and is a former 2-time Mr. Universe.
It all comes from hard work from my dad. I give all the credit to my father. He helped us out through everything. He puts us in the weight room, goes on the field with us, takes us to LA to go work out. I started lifting when I was 5, haven't stopped since, and I think it really helps out my game because I think I'm stronger than any person that's in front of me. So any corner that steps in front of me, I think I'm stronger than him.
Any team that selects St. Brown can be confident of be getting a gym rat who will do whatever it takes to work his way up the depth chart. Quarterbacks are always going to be a hot topic in any NFL draft, whether you talk about the first-round guys or a sleeper later in the draft. Somewhere in the middle of the draft, Texas A&M signal caller Kellen Mond is likely to be selected. Mond was a top-rated dual-threat quarterback in the 2017 class. The San Antonio, Texas native transferred to IMG Academy in Florida for his senior season to prepare for the next level.
It was a hard transition, leaving all my friends and leaving a bunch of great coaches. But it was just something I had to do. It was a business move, and I think I made the right decision. Just high-profile student athletes here, all the great facilities, a bunch of the great coaches who have NFL experience and experience who have been around the game for a long time. And so once I heard that, I knew it was a done deal. It doesn't really bother me if people label me as a pocket passer or a dual threat. I think I could do both. If coach wants me to run the ball or anything, I can do that. If they want me to just stay in the pocket and throw the ball, I can do that. So I think I'm a pocket passer first, but just has the ability to run. I think I'm really smart at being a quarterback. I think I make my teammates better.
Shane Buechele is another quarterback to remember in the later rounds of the draft. After transferring from Texas, Shane had a successful career with the SMU Mustangs. Shane is from the Dallas area where he played at Arlington Lamar High School. Shane's leadership is something he learned by watching his father, former Major League Baseball player Steve Buechele. Steve spent 11 years in the majors and also spent time as a coach before moving into the Texas Rangers front office.
Probably 5th, 6th grade. I got to go on a couple road trips with him when he was coaching in the minor leagues, and Just seeing him being a manager for those teams really, I think, helped me become a leader. Seeing him, how he coaches his teammates and kind of talks with his coaching staff, it kind of helps me to mold how I am today, being able to look up to him as a leader and kind of show me how to do it. He knows the game just as well as I do, and he's encouraging, but he can tell me what I need to do and tells me what I did good and what I did bad.
I've missed a lot of my kid stuff being in baseball, whether, from the oldest child now to Shane. He's a good baseball player. I do know that had he put in as much time in baseball as he has put into football, I think he would be an outstanding baseball player and probably one of the better, in my opinion, not just because I'm a dad, but I think he could be a very, very good baseball player. So we'll see what happens.
Thanks for checking out Sports Stars of Tomorrow on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and please subscribe to our channel so you see all of the latest content.